Today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to convince your prospects by getting them to disagree. What do you mean by getting them to disagree? Yes. So notice psychology. We're just going to talk about psychology of prospecting, really humans, right? Relationship building, how humans are. If you study how humans are, we have all fundamental fears, we have all fundamental needs. It almost doesn't matter where you're from, where you grew up, what culture, we're the same. So one of the principles is people like to control a conversation and share their opinion. So I want you to write this down. People like to control their conversation and share their opinion, right? So, and in order, how many of you know someone like that, by the way? Like they like to, no matter what you say, they want to go in there and give, give their 2 cents of feedback, right? Their opinion, and oftentimes it's not the same one. They may not agree with you, right? So the second principle is, in order to control a conversation, they must disagree. So they want to be the person in control. They have to disagree with you. All right? And a lot of times, people tend to be negative. People tend to be negative because of the culture, the society we are in, the media. They tend to, if you say something nice, they'll actually will give you, be the devil's advocate and be negative. Right? How many of you know people like that? Almost everyone at some point in their life, they're like that. So you can use this to your advantage with prospecting and use them to convince prospects, right? To show. So I'll give you an example. So say you have a teacher, someone's a teacher, and you say to them, "Oh, why do you want to be a teacher? You need to have do something on the side. A teacher is not a stable income. You don't make much money. You're dealing with these bratty kids. It's a really tough job. What would the teacher say?" The teacher probably be really defensive, right? Will be angry and would think, "No way, a teacher is awesome. It's like so important. I'm educating the future of our country. The teacher is one of the most respectable professions. I don't even care about income. I love what I do. I love making an impact." And now you just lost a prospect. What about if you do it the other way? You say, "Oh, someone's a teacher. Wow, that must be so cool. You get to make an impact on children. You must love your job. You get big vacations, all this time off. It's one of the best jobs in the world." Now what would the teacher say? "Oh, no, it's not that good. We have to deal with a lot of, there's actually a lot of behind the scenes, correcting homework, correcting papers, doing exams on the side, on the weekends. The pay's not that good," right? Now that person is a good prospect. You see how this works? I'll give you another example. You approach someone, they have their own business. They invested tons, and he's like, "Whoa, why do you want to have your own business? It's one of the toughest times to have a business now. You invested so much money in there. Most businesses fail anyway. Why would you start a business?" And then what do prospects say? Remember, in order to control a conversation, they will disagree. They'll say, "No way, my idea is going to be great, right? Businesses, we make an impact. I get to control my hours. I can make an impact in the community. It's not just about the money." Now you just lost a prospect. Now, but if you said, "Wow, the business must be so cool. You must be really making lots of money. It's way better than a job. You're so smart to have a business. You must be doing really, really well. It must be one of the best things of all time." Now, what would the prospect say? "Oh, no, business is tough. We're going through a tough time now. No one's going out there. We're competing against Amazon, competing against Target, Walmart. It's really difficult. You have to deal with employees." And now you have a good prospect. You like how this works? Give you another example. Say you have a doctor. What do you do for a professional doctor? "Whoa, don't you get tired of the long hours? You work a lot of long hours. Is it really worth it? You spend, $500,000. You have to go to undergrad and then to medical school, and then you got to see sick people all the time. You're like $500,000 in debt, and you working long hours. You're on call. Is it worth it?" Now, what would the doctor say? "Of course it's worth it. It's one of the most respectable professions. Everyone in my neighborhood looks up to me. I have an MD plate, my license plate. I have my degree. I'm well respected. I'm educated. I'm smart." Why would you just lost a prospect? But what happens if you say, "Wow, a doctor is so awesome. That's one of the most respectable professions. My dream, was to be a doctor. Doctor must be the best job in the world. It's so cool." Again, people like to play devil's advocate. They say, oh, no, it's actually not that good. I'm afraid of getting sick now. I'm working long hours. It took me like 7, 8 years to pay off my loan. Now you have a good prospect. All right? I'll give you 2 more. How many of you like this? If you like this, drop it a 1 if this is good. I'll give you 2 more examples, right? And don't necessarily need about profession. You can even, this is psychology, even like where you live. If you meet someone in California, it's like, hey, California, why do you want to live there? It's high taxes. It's terrible. There's crime. There's, all this stuff going on. It's crazy. There's earthquakes. Someone in California says, no, it's the awesome. It's the Golden State. We're right by the shore. We have beautiful weather all year round. Now the prospect is, right, not good. But if you say, wow, California must be the most beautiful place in the world. My dream is to go to California, see the beaches and all that. It must be the coolest place to live. Now someone would say, no, we're paying high taxes. Traffic's a problem. We have smog. There's a crime. There's instability. People aren't happy. Actually, many people are moving out now because now you totally changed the person's mind. I'll give you 1 more example, right? This is something someone messaged me, a coaching client sent me this. And this is how it applies right to prospecting. Another example. You're messaging someone, inviting someone in a Facebook group. You go to the Facebook group, Clam, you invite them. And the person says, I used to love network marketing, but I can't stand it anymore. If you were to do this, right? If this is the way you approach people, you're going to get kicked out because they're not allowing you to do this type of stuff. Just friending me and then asking me to send me a message. Now, by the way, I'm not saying you selling on the group. I'm saying you comment, like, add message, and then message the person afterwards. You continue to contribute value in the group, posting stuff in the group. Right? Now, this person's like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. How dare you? You could get kicked out. If you disagree with them, say, hey, you know what? Actually, I didn't really do that. Actually, I've been posting in the group. I've been doing all this. I just actually send you a message. What would they say? Again, in order to take control of a conversation, they would disagree. No, you didn't. You sent me a video. How dare you? I want to report you. And to show their authority, I want to report you to the admin, get you kicked out. Right? You just lost that person. You may even get kicked out of the group. But if you said, oh, I'm so sorry if I offended you. I feel really guilty. I really should have done that. It was so bad of me. I'm sorry. So I thank you for the feedback. Really, really sorry. I wish you the best. You leave it, number 1, you leave it on a positive interaction. Number 2, the person actually may feel, oh, actually, you know what? Again, if they want to disagree, like, oh, you know what? Actually, looking back, you weren't that bad. You do post in the group a lot. You actually did send me a message. You didn't just post in the wall. Don't worry about it. Now you want back that prospect. All right? So those are a couple of ways you apply it. Think about it. Your action step is, I want you to use this today. Start thinking about different situations, right? You can just play around with it. It doesn't need to be for prospecting, just with your spouse, right? Or just bring something up. Don't start a fight, but bring something up, or bring with your friend, or even bring your kids. Just bring something up and see what they say. People naturally, they want to take, number 1, the rule is they like to take control of a conversation. Number 2 is, in order to do that, they have to share their opinion, they have to disagree. And often it is negative. I'll give you a couple of examples. California is a great place to live. And I'll be like, no, it's not. Because they're negative. Right? Philadelphia was the most awesome city. I love it's the most coolest city. It's got so much history, cheesesteaks and hoagies and all that. And person, well, it's actually not that bad. I wish I was in California. Then they're open, right? That's how. Understand this principle. That's how you convince your prospects. Start training your mind to think like this. That's how you convince your prospects by getting them to disagree. Understand that psychology of prospecting, and you'll be a much better recruiter and better with your in your day-to-day relationships with people as well.